we're doing better. We had 2 months off in between videos.
And now
2 weeks. So at this pace, we should be posting every like 2 hours in another month or 2.
Yeah. Hopefully this will kind of make up for it. We had the pleasure of going to see Team Starkid in Cincinnati. It was just a very lovely, lovely evening.
It was.
You know, it's bizarre.
I have to tell you, the Starkid people, for having had what I would say a meteoric rise in fandom fame during the course of time that you've introduced me to them, are the most genuine, lovely, down-to-earth, hilarious, quick-witted people, and I just love them. They're just really, really nice people, and I feel good about supporting them because they are so talented, but also just decent. Some of you probably know this, but many of you may not. Stephanie went to the University of Michigan, as did all of Starkid. Stephanie was a stage manager, they're performers, so they were all in the same program. Here's something you may not know, but Stephanie Anderson is responsible for Team Starkid coming to fandom attention. She had one of them, because she was college friends, give her a DVD of a Harry Potter musical. She brought it here to Thunder Road. We had a house party. So we are all in the living room. We set up the TV and we watch this thing and we are howling. And we all left there going, we need to get this out there because this is so hilarious.
My big plan was I saw it live and I hounded Matt and Nick Lang for like weeks. I was like, if you get me a DVD, I will get the DVD to the right people. And they were like, okay. I don't think they understood what that meant. And then finally,
they understand now.
Yeah, Matt showed up at our Ann Arbor show of this tour and was like, well, here's your DVDs. And he had given me like 5, and I was like, thanks. I knew Alex was heading on to New York and was going to see Melissa in a matter of days.
So we made this like traveling pants like joke, and I handed it off to her and
gave him the DVD, she got the DVD, and
it wasn't on YouTube yet.
About 2 weeks later, we'd been like sharing all the jokes, and 2 weeks later it went on YouTube, and then I went to Melissa, I go, now it's on YouTube, we can share it with the world. She tweets it, and the world explodes.
Right.
Like, not just my world, the entire world explodes. And like, it's always, the whole Starkid thing has been so weird because it's these people that I saw in one section of my life with like working on shows and stage managing and all this stuff, and then they've always known about this like Harry Potter Wizard Rock thing that I did. Now it's like super weird because it's like Darren's on Glee, they're on tour in these like gigantic venues, and so now when they came to Cincinnati, it was around my birthday, so they were like, we'll give you tickets for your birthday, which is how we got to the actual show. So,
which was so nice of them,
Yeah, we showed up and the line is literally wrapped twice around the block, and I'm like, this is like Total Request Live when like NSYNC showed up and shut down Times Square.
So we go to a bar across the street and just
watch. We're like eating dinner and laughing, having beer, and like just like, this is hilarious because they just sit out and you just hear the rumbling through the window, and then just out of nowhere they'd be like,
the Cincinnati Starkid fans were just like, holy cow.
It ran into Corey Lubovich.
And we talked to the merch people. We got a huge hunger. I guess they're just, the group of them are just reading the Hunger Games. So that was hilarious.
Pretty much all of Team Starkid was reading the Hunger Games while on tour.
My favorite anecdote of that was Meredith told us that Brian, right before they were going out on stage, Brian encouraged her to finish
just a chapter in the first book.
Right. And bad things happened, as they do in the Hunger Games.
He's like, you should really finish before you go out, and she's like, okay. She's like, this chapter is like horrible and like heart-rending, and she finishes it, and it's like a big death. And she's like, why would you do that?
So she's out on stage and she's supposed to be all happy and she's got her little helmet on and she's like, oh, right? And like Marlis wanted to like punch him. And like, why would you do that to me?
I thought you'd like the closure. I thought like...
At the end of the the show, Brian totally gives a shout out to Steph, going, none of this would have been possible without Stephanie. She's out there somewhere, and they're all yelling at her to like come up on stage, which is so laughable because
we were as far away. We were sitting in the VIP
well, you'll
section.
see our perspective in the video. Afterwards, we were very fortunate to go backstage and
just hang out.
and we got a tour of one of the tour buses.
Yeah, they were touring on like
hilarious,
legit tour buses, and one of them was way better than the other, and we were on the ghetto bus basically, which is way funnier. We got to talk to pretty much everyone, which I was impressed with because I thought it was going to be crazy.
And we
of them
got to
packing out.
we had a long conversation with Joe Walker, who told us a bunch of stuff and then said, "Oh, hey,
Don't tell
anybody." So we can't tell you what he said, but I think
you're going to love it.
You are going to love it. Keep an eye on Starkid because in the coming months, holy crap,
it's going to be really, really fantastic.
It's going to be awesome. Yeah. And that's all he would let us say without
right.
Matt and Nick killing him.
So it's like that's the thing is like these aren't just like people I went to college with. We're big fans of them, and it was really fantastic to just sit and hang out and see them doing so well, and the show was really fun. Like, it was ridiculously fun.
You could tell they were happy.
Exactly, and I got just a little bit of video stuff here and there, and some of my favorite moments I happened to catch on video. Here, here's the last one of my favorite moments, which is Dylan being introduced during Get Back to Hogwarts, which is hilarious. Have a good week, guys.
And next week we have New Jersey Asbury Park stuff for you. And thanks, hopefully all of our contest winners have gotten their care packages by now.
Yeah.
And thanks for playing along.
How about tell us in the bottom what your favorite Starkid moment or thing that you've experienced or just song out of their shows is. Tell us in the comments because we like to hear that stuff.
I love hearing all that stuff.
All right. Bye. Bye.